So how is that? We are talking to Nancy Branscombe, City Councillor for the City of London, and what we're discussing right now is how alternative media, social media, has impacted Nancy's ability to communicate with her constituents. Nancy, with all the stuff you've done on your website, the transparency, the accountability, I think that makes perfect sense. It's something you promised to do, so I'm really happy to see that you're doing that. What has this done as far as the communication is concerned? Like, how many hits are you getting? And are you happy with that?
Well, there were a few thousand on the first video because of the press. I think we're up to around 1,500 on the second. And, you know, it's slow to build up. Not everybody is involved, and it takes a little while to build the followers. But it's building every day. And so I think as time passes, it'll be a really important piece of your job, really, as a councillor, to communicate your message and also to get that feedback from the constituents. It's a very difficult thing to do when you're not in a campaign, to actually make sure your 2 feet are on the ground, that you're hearing what the folks in your constituency or your city really want from the council. So when you make a vote, it's your own. Obviously, you have your own bias and your own feelings about issues, but you're representing them. So you really need to have some way to find out how they feel about issues. And it can't be just the people that come to meetings, because there's a lot of people that have very busy lives that can't make the time, but do have opinions and concerns that they want to express to you. And they'll phone, but email's good. And this is just one step further. So I think, and Barack Obama's campaign, it was just groundbreaking in terms of what they were able to do with their website and their social media. I don't have that kind of budget, but it's just really a transitional time, and there are a lot of people, more than just young people, using it. So I think it's a trend that's going to continue in the future.
Are any of your colleagues on council following your lead? Have they spent some time?
Yeah, I think Councillor Judy Bryant from the downtown ward is quite active, and in fact, I think we had Twitter just about the same time. She's got a nice website now. She's got her little bee on there as well as I have my little bee, and I think there's some others. I'm not sure who, but there are a couple of others I think that are playing with it as well. So I think that everyone's going to it'll unfold. The same way it did for me. You try it and then you get a little more interested and excited, and when you get a following, you want to do more blogging and things like that. So I don't want to become an addict, but I do want to make sure that there's a balance and there's lots of coverage. The interesting thing about Twitter is I actually have been Twittering from council meetings when there's an important vote like the Board of Control or other things, so that people who are following can get that, if there's a controversial issue and they're waiting to hear, they don't have to wait till the newspaper comes out in the morning or the radio. They can go on to Twitter and get that information. I usually it's only a short line that you can, but I usually say what the vote is and why. So that's been interesting too.
And I know that you've been criticized from some that it's distracting at council, that you shouldn't be twittering or emailing and all the rest of it. How do you respond to that?
Well, I don't spend the whole evening twittering. I mean, it takes about a minute to Twitter a message or two, so I'd say that's not terribly distracting, no more than having to go to the washroom or get a cup of coffee. So. And
are we going to see some more of the bees? As far as I guess we're going to see them in your videos, but the killer bees are alive and strong.
They're
in the city
alive
of
and
London?
well and doing great things for the city. So yes, I'm very proud to be associated with that group of very bright women, and I know we've shaken the trees a little bit, but it's been a very rewarding experience, not without some controversy, but certainly a real kind of bonus for me as a first-term councillor to have colleagues like that to work with.
Well, I think you've done an amazing job on your website. It's very effective. I find it a very effective way of finding out what's going on.
So if anyone wants to tune in, www.nanbrand.com, and there's YouTube and Twitter. All the links are there if people are interested. So
great job on the website, Nancy. We're talking to Nancy Branscombe, City Councillor, and we're going to talk to Nancy after the break about some of the things that are going on at City Hall, and we will be right back.